It's a psych of deer. And Mr. Cameron told us that if we could get close enough to one for you, that you could take it if you wanted to. Hold on a second. Hey everybody, I'm Keith Warren, and this is my 9-year-old son, Kolton. Today we're in South Texas on the Cameron Ranch, and we have got a surprise in store for you. If you've ever wanted to buy a ranch as a piece of real estate, you're gonna love today's show. But right now, what we need to do, it's getting close to dark. We need to go get in the deer blind, okay? Let's go get in the deer stand. We can hunt him tomorrow. Come on.
Jim had invited me to bring Kolton to do a father-son hunt for whitetails with instructions that we let our audience know that his ranch is for sale and also that we'd help him with his game management program. We gladly accepted his generous offer. The Cameron Ranch is for sale, and the real estate broker is my longtime friend, Bob Worsham. I'll have Bob tell you why it may be more beneficial to buy a piece of hunting land than to lease one.
When you lease property, you pay the landowner for the use of his property. Let's say you lease it for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you've improved, you've got a camp house you've improved, you've got a lot of improvements you go off and leave there. When you own a place, the improvements stay, your land appreciates, you've got an appreciation value every year that comes up. By the time you've had it 5 years, it's probably worth 20% more than you paid for it.
Kolton and I returned to the same tower blind where we had sat the evening before, and we were optimistic. We saw quite a few of the same deer, including this buck that had an injured leg. But Kolton, he had his eye on a particular deer, this old 10-pointer.
Boy, look at his ears back like that. It's a fine looking deer there.
And Kolton had no idea what was about to happen. You see, we were in the stand, and he thought I was going to take the deer. We waited quietly until the old buck was close enough for Kolton to get a good shot. Then I asked him if he'd like to try for the deer using my rifle.
What's the matter? You getting buck fever? Take a deep breath. Breathe deep, son. Breathe deep, like through your mouth, like this. It's okay. Colton, this is fine. I'm glad you're getting buck fever. I'll be honest with you. Okay. Glad to get up. Don't look at anything. Just don't think about anything else. Just focus that crosshair on that shoulder. That's all you gotta do. And squeeze the trigger. That's all. Just like when you're in karate and you're breaking a board, don't think about anything else except what you're doing, okay? Breathe deep, Colton. Just breathe deep. One shoulder. Front shoulder, front of the shoulder. Good shot, Colton. Good shot.
Thank you.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot, son. I just saw him fall down. Good shot, son. Good shot. Good shot. Colton, he just fell down right there. I saw him fall down. You hit that. That's a good 10-point buck. I am proud of you. You had no idea when I brought you here that I was going to let you shoot, did you? Colton, that 130 grain bullet. Now, let me ask you something. Did that 270 kick?
No.
Not at all.
It ring my ears.
It did ring your ears, but it didn't kick, but it rang his bell. Ow! I saw him fall right up here, son. About 40 yards in. I saw him fall right up here, son. There he is, Kolton. There he is. Look at that deer, Kolton. For a little bitty boy, you got yourself a great big old buck. Kolton, look at him. He's beautiful. And you shot him with a grown man's rifle, a 270 Savage. Look at him. Count his points, son.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'll tell you, this is an incredible deal. You know, we came out here, and folks, let me just tell you, this ranch is for sale. Okay, it's for sale, and the thing about it is we came out here. We're invited to see how well they've managed this ranch for deer, and part of it's under high fence, and part of it's not. And this part is not under high fence. What do we see? Axis deer.
Yes,
And we saw a lot of other deer. I mean, we probably saw, what, 16, 18 at a time.
And then this big old guy came out, and I thought, I didn't want Kolton to know I wanted him to shoot. And I decided, well, and there when he got close, I was like, you want to shoot him, Kolton? And Kolton, yeah. And he did it all himself. And I'm just so proud. We're turning you into a good hunter, son. Boy, I'll tell you what, we got some meat to make some sausage now, don't we?
Sure.
Woo! Hey, if y'all want more information on this ranch, if you're possibly interested or know somebody who's interested in coming out here and maybe buying a great ranch in South Texas, the phone number will be coming up at the end of the television show. You need to write down and call them. Come on, Kolton, pull. That's what it's all about. When we return, it's my turn to take a buck. Don't go away. At first light, we were back in our tower blind, and I had decided to hunt for one buck only. And that's the cripple buck that we'd seen now twice before. We watched this nice 10-pointer for what seemed like an eternity. But so far, the crippled buck was a no-show. Then I got a brief glimpse of him and decided to shoot. But he got in the brush before I could get a good shot.
Doggone it. That's what they call it hunting, son.
Later that evening, we went back to the stand, and now we saw even more bucks than before. Then the crippled buck appeared, but he was on the opposite side of the blind.
He's a good-looking deer, isn't he? Kolton, he's coming this way. Do you see him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna take him. Right there. Go. Kolton, hold still. Okay, let's see what he's ready. Now? Do it.
Shot, Daddy, you got him.
That was a good shot, son, and that's a great deer to take. There you go. Save that for a souvenir. That's a good job.
You're standing right there.
Daddy, I saw him. He went right through that tall grass.
All right, let's go over there. Right through here, Kolton?
He went right up there by the dirt.
Right up that way?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he came right over on this dirt. Oh, yeah. Look. There he is, right there in the grass. Easy, easy. Hold on, hold on. Dead as a hammer. Attaboy! Look at that, Kolton.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Look at him, son. That's the same old buck we tried to get this morning, didn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
Count it for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. He's got that little point right there, that little ninth tine right there. But, you know, we saw this buck. We tried to get him earlier, and Kolton, actually, we saw a much bigger 10-point buck that we could have probably taken, but we chose to take this one because it was actually the humane thing to do. You know, this one.
Then he would have get eaten by a coyote soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's and that would have been a horribly slow, painful death. But anyway, this is going to make great sausage, and the best thing about this hunt, you know what? Out of everything, the best thing about this hunt was that I was with you. I love you, and I'm proud of you for sitting still in that deer blind.